Hi folks, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. Alright, it's time for my first review from the 25 books that I chose. That actually the dice chose. So, yeah, I got it done and I am very, very happy about it. The next video after this one is going to be it's going to be on, I think it's going to be on my shorts, where I will be showing you guys whatever the next book is that I will be rolling dice for. So yeah, I am very excited to have this book done. Before I begin, I want to wish everybody a happy Wednesday. I hope all of you had a good one. I worked. But yeah. So this is Brandon Sanderson's Elantris. This is the first book that he ever published. And this is the book that a lot of people, not a lot of people, I'm not going to say a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of people because I haven't actually talked to a lot of people. But there are people on the web that says that Elantris is not Brandon Sanderson's best book because it was his first book. So this is I believe it's the 10th anniversary. So he published this book 10 years ago. I believe I don't know if it holds it. So let's see here. When did he publish this? 2015. So this is actually the 20th. This is actually the hold on a second here. It was 2005. Yeah, this is the 20th anniversary. So, he published this book back in 2005. So, this book, without the bonus material, is 64, I believe 64 chapters. It's 63 chapters. 63 chapters. All right. So, so it is about this kingdom that happens to have this very large city known as Elantris. It was at one time the commercial hub for the country. And the citizens of Elantris would go through this transformation to become these higher beings. They had like silver skin, and they were beautiful. And Elantris showed like this beautiful beacon. It was pure and beautiful, and it made me cry. And then what happened was a disease called the Shroud infected them. And what ended up basically happening was people would come down with this disease known as the Shroud. And it would cause them to go through like the spotchy, like they will lose their hair. You know, this disease reminds me of leprosy. So they would lose their hair. And they would be in agony. Which, yeah, it reminds me of leprosy. It freaking does. So what ends up happening is the king's heir comes down with the shroud. And just like the disease, he's wrapped up in a shroud, except for his head and his arms and his legs. So it's kind of like these robes that they wear. It's like brilliant white to show, like, I'm going to guess, represent the purity they were leaving behind. And it quickly becomes, it becomes like ratty and just disgusting, and they're always in constant pain, which reminds me of leprosy. So the heir to the throne is infected with this disease, and he has to live in Elantris. Elantris is not the beautiful city it once was. It is not the home of the gods. It is diseased, filthy, sludgy, Nobody wants to get thrown into Elantris, because when you get thrown into Elantris, you're essentially dead. But this man is different from all the other people that have been thrown into Elantris. He is the kind of person that he views the people of Elantris as very much a part of the kingdom that he had hoped one day to rule. So, even though time has passed, and Elantris is this dark, dank, sludgy, infested shithole, the people that live there, they left clues. But you have to really be invested. You have to be educated. You have to be determined to figure out what caused the people of Elantris to fall ill to this disease. Meanwhile, in another part of the world, his bride is coming to this country to marry the prince. Well, when she arrives, she finds out that her husband-to-be is dead. Well, not exactly dead. He's in Elantris. Well, what does she do? She is determined to help these people out. So the thing about the people of Elantris is that they don't need to eat. They never die. But they are racked with pain. And what does she do? She decides to help these people out by giving them food and to show kindness. The types of things that would make her a very, very well-respected queen. And during her trip into Elantris, she encounters her was supposed to be her husband. Well, during the course of this, not only does this man give the people of Elantris hope, but he discovers something really odd about this disease that has infected these people. So he encounters this old man who was in Elantris before the Shroud. And during the course of it, they discovered this pool this man wants to go to. And it is in a place that is not infected by this sludge and slimy thing. It's like something magical is still protecting this room. And it turns out to be a portal to this pool where you can go to die. This is literally the only thing that, nobody in Elantris knows about this pool except this old man, which later on a couple people find out about it. So this prince is trying to figure out what exactly happened to this part of his kingdom. And he finds out something really odd about the Shroud disease. He finds out the Shroud disease is not really a disease. It is the middle of the transformation from an ordinary person into the citizens that were revered as like godlike. And the one of the guys that's there, one of the characters there, which is really interesting, he talked about his father. His father would light up so brightly you could see the outline of his body. And people had gotten so used to the brightness that they could sleep through it, which is amazing. So it is due to not only his wife's discovering of a clue that she learned when she was much younger that helps him to figure out that this shroud disease is the initial transformation from being a person to this glowing entity. But because there is a block in the transformation, it has caused the people that were supposed to go through the transformation to be in pain and losing their minds. And once he cracks the code, once he does it, he's able to restore the process. And during this time, you have this, they want to get rid of these people. They want to kill these people off. These people are very, very difficult to kill. They're very difficult to kill. You literally cannot kill a citizen of Elantris. You literally have to do shit to their bodies to basically... So, what does this country do? They go beat these people to submission, pile their bodies up, and set them on fire. While these people are burning, the process that this prince restores, and what ends up happening is his body goes to the final transformations. And for the first time in 2 months, all the pain this man went through is gone. All of his cuts and bruises heal. And it travels through the city, and all these people that are burning alive finally go through the final part of the transformation, and they come out of the fire just glowing and godlike. And it all is because of the prince and his wife who cracked the code that the people that once lived there left behind. It is, I know people say that this book is not one of Brandon Sanderson's best books, but the scene of these people going through their final transformation and becoming these beautiful creatures is, I cried. It was so beautiful. Now, they don't get their regular hair back. They have white hair, and one man who lost his hair a long time ago said, I'll take it. It's like, I got my hair back. Out of all of it, he was very happy to finally get his hair back. There is politics in this. There is, people, this one guy, he's trying to convert the people to his religion and everything. You got one king that ends up dead, another king that ends up dead as a result of killing this duke. And it's a messed up world. But I absolutely enjoyed the book, and I thought the book was so good. And I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so that is my video for right now. Up next will be the second book that the dice are going to pick for me, and this time it's going to be on the right side of the pile. So it's going to be going from left to right to left to right, back and forth. Alright, I will see you guys around. Until next time, be well and keep on reading.